right, take a look at these patterns here. We have 1, 3, 5, 7, ABAB, 2, 5, 8, 11. These are all sequences. A sequence is just a list of numbers in a particular order. In other words, a sequence is a pattern. And you guys are used to looking at patterns from elementary school. We're going to step it up a notch and look at patterns in a different way. I'm going to tell you a story. There were 3 little pigs. The first little pig they were building houses. The first little pig was able to build 2 bricks in a given amount of time. 2 bricks. So I labeled pig 1, the area of his house so far is 2 bricks. The second little pig was able to work a little bit faster in the same amount of time, and the area that he was able to build is 3 bricks. So here's pig 2, and the area in the same amount of time was 3 bricks. And the third pig was able to work even faster in the same amount of time, and his area that he was able to build is 4 bricks. So here's pig 3, and his area was 4 bricks. So based on the pattern that you notice, I want you to write this down. I want you to copy this into your notebook. And I want you to predict how many bricks, if there was a 4th pig, and the pattern was to continue, how many bricks would the 4th pig be able to lay? So here, if there was this fourth pig right here, what would be the area of his building? So pause the video, write all this down, and make your prediction. So you may have guessed that pig number 4 laid 5 bricks in the same amount of time that pig 1, pig 2, and pig 3 laid their bricks. So pig 4 has an area of 5. Now I'm going to ask you how you were able to determine the area for pig 4. I am going to guess that what you did is you saw the increase from 2 to 3 to 4 to 5. And you would be correct. However, in middle school, in 7th grade, we are going to not look at numbers in this way, or sequences in this way. We're not going to be looking at this horizontal relationship. We're actually going to be looking at the relationship between pig and area. So we're going to be looking at the relationship between pig and area. Now, in middle school, we don't call this pig and area. We call this position and value. All right, so I made a couple of notes for you. So I labeled the value and the position. And I just want you to remember that when we work with sequences, we're going to be looking at the relationship between position and value. So in other words, what is the relationship between 1 and 2? What is the relationship between 2 and 3, 3 and 4, 4 and 5? Because when we work with sequences, the purpose is to make predictions. So if we look at these relationships, then you should be able to predict what the area of the 100th term would be in the sequence. So what is the relationship between 1 and 2? What is it between 2 and 3? Pause and think about it. You probably came up with the relationship as being +1. You take the position and you add 1 to get the value. Position we typically call in, as in the number. So our rule for this sequence is n plus 1. We took the positions, we added 1 to get the area. Pause and rewind, because this is a huge concept, really big concept. The relationship between position and value. That's so important. The interaction between position and value. And the purpose of this is so that we can, again, make predictions. So that I can ask you, if the position is 100, what would the area or the value be? Well, if we take our position number and we add 1, the value would be 101. All right, so now I want you to write your WISC, your summary, and make sure to explain in your own words vocabulary words such as sequence, position, value. You could also include relationship, and make sure to give an example. And then in your notebook and also in your WISC, could you draw a picture and explain the drawing for n plus 2? The position plus 2. What would that look like?